Welcome to the Gospel of Truth, Part 2. Continue right where we left off. On the contrary, they are letters which convey the truth. They are pronounced only when they are known. Each letter is a perfect truth, like a perfect book, for they are letters written by the hand of the unity, since the Father wrote them for the eons, so that they by means of his letters might come to know the Father. Letter, Father, farther, alpha. While his wisdom mediates on the Logos, and since his teaching expresses it, his knowledge has been revealed. His honor is a crown upon it. Since his joy agrees with it, his glory exalted it. It has revealed his image. It has obtained his rest. His love took bodily form around it. His trust embraced it. Thus the Logos of the Father goes forth into the all, being the fruit of his heart and expression of his will. It supports the all. It chooses and also takes the form of the all, purifying it, and causing it to return to the Father and to the Mother. Jesus of the utmost sweetness. The Father opens his bosom, but his bosom is the Holy Spirit. He reveals his hidden self, which is his Son, so that through the compassion of the Father, the aeons might know him, end their wearying search for the Father, and rest themselves in him, knowing that this is rest. After he had filled what was incomplete, he did away with form. The form of it is the world, that which it served. For where there is envy and strife, there is an incompleteness, but where there is unity, there is completeness. Since this incompleteness came about because they did not know the Father, so when they know the Father, incompleteness from that moment on will cease to exist. As one's ignorance disappears when he gains knowledge, and as darkness disappears when light appears, so also incompleteness is eliminated by completeness. Certainly from that moment on, form is no longer manifest, but will be dissolved in fusion with unity. For now their works lie scattered. In time, unity will make the spaces complete. By means of unity, each one will understand itself. By means of knowledge, it will purify itself of diversity with a view towards unity, devouring matter within itself like the fire and darkness by light, death by life. Certainly, if these things have happened to each one of us, it is fitting for us surely to think about the all, so that the house may be holy and silent for unity. Like people who have moved from a neighborhood, if they have some dishes around which are not good, they usually break them. Nevertheless, the householder does not suffer a loss, but rejoices. For in the place of these defective dishes, there are those which are completely perfect. For this is the judgment which has come from above, and which has judged every person, a drawn two-edged sword cutting on this side and that. When it appeared, I mean the Logos, who is in the heart of those who pronounce it, it was not merely a sound, but it has become a body. A great disturbance occurred among the dishes, for some were emptied, others filled, some were provided for, others were removed, some were purified, still others were broken. All the spaces were shaken and disturbed, for they had no composure nor stability. Error was disturbed, not knowing what it should do. It was troubled, it lamented, it was beside itself because it did not know anything. When knowledge, which is its abolishment, approached it with all its emanations, error is empty, since there is nothing in it. Truth appeared. All its emanations recognized it. They actually greeted the Father with a power which is complete and which joins them with the Father. For each one loves truth because truth is the mouth of the Father. His tongue is the Holy Spirit who joins him to truth, attaching him to the mouth of the Father by his tongue, at the time he shall receive the Holy Spirit. This is the manifestation of the Father and his revelations to his aeons. He revealed his hidden self and explained it. For who is it who exists if it is not the Father himself? All the spaces are his emanations. They knew that they stem from him as children from a perfect man. They knew that they had not yet received from, nor had they yet received a name, every one of which the Father produces. If they at that time receive form of his knowledge, though they are truly in him, they do not know him. But the Father is perfect. He knows every space which is within him. If he pleases, he reveals anyone whom he desires by giving him a form and by giving him a name, and he does give him a name and cause him to come into being. Those who do not yet exist are ignorant of him who created them. I do not say, then, that those who do not yet exist are nothing, but they are in him who will desire that they exist when he pleases, like the event which is going to happen. On the one hand, he knows before anything is revealed what he will produce. On the other hand, the fruit which has not yet been revealed does not know anything, nor is it anything either. Thus each space which on its part is in the Father comes from the existent one, who on his part has established it from the non-existent. He who does not exist at all will never exist. What then is that which he wants him to think? I am like the shadows and phantoms of the night. When morning comes, this one knows that the fear which he had experienced was nothing. Thus they were ignorant of the Father. He is the one whom they did not see. Since there had been fear and confusion and a lack of confidence and double-mindedness and division, there were many illusions which were conceived by him, the foregoing as well as empty ignorance, as if they were fast asleep and found themselves a prey to troubled dreams. Either there is a place to which they flee, or they lack strength as they come, having pursued unspecified things. Either they are involved in inflicting blows, or they themselves receive bruises. Either they are falling from high places, or they fly off through the air, though they have no wings at all. Other times it is as if certain people were trying to kill them, even though there is no one pursuing them. Or they themselves are killing those beside them, for they are stained by their blood. Until the moment when they who are passing through all these things, I mean they who have experienced all these confusions, awake, they see nothing, because the dreams were nothing. It is thus that they who cast ignorance from them as sleep do not consider it to be anything, nor regard its properties to be something real. But they renounce them like a dream in the night, and they consider the knowledge of the Father to be the dawn. It is thus that each one has acted, as if he were asleep, during the time when he was ignorant, and thus he comes to understand, as if he were awakening. and happy is the man who comes to himself and awakens. Indeed, blessed is he who has opened the eyes of the blind. And the Spirit came to him in haste when it raised him. Having given its hand to the one lying prone on the ground, it placed him firmly on his feet, for he had not yet stood up. He gave them the means of knowing the knowledge of the Father and the revelation of his Son. For when they saw it and listened to it, he permitted them to take a taste of and to smell and to grasp the beloved Son. He appeared informing them of the Father, the illimitable one. He inspired them with that which is the mind, while doing his will. Many received the light and turned towards him. But material men were alien to him and did not discern his appearance nor recognize him. For he who came in the likeness of flesh, and nothing blocked his way because it was incorruptible and unrestrainable. Moreover, while saying new things, speaking about what is in the heart of the Father, he proclaimed the fruitless word. Light spoke through his mouth, and his voice brought forth life. He gave them thought and understanding and mercy and salvation and the spirit of strength derived from the limitlessness of the Father and sweetness. He caused punishments and scourgings to cease, for it was they which caused many in need of mercy to astray from him in error and in chains. And he mightily destroyed them and derided them with knowledge. He became a path for those who went astray, and knowledge to those who were ignorant, a discovery for those who sought, and a support for those who tremble, a purity for those who were defiled. He is the shepherd who left behind the 99 sheep, which had not strayed, and went in search of that one which was lost. He rejoiced when he had found it, for 99 is a number of the left hand, which holds it. The moment he finds the one, however, the whole number is transferred to the right hand. Thus it is with him who lacks the one, that is, the entire right hand, which attracts that in which it is deficient, seizes it from the left side, and transfers it to the right. In this way, then, the number becomes 100. This number signifies the Father. He labored even on the Sabbath for the sheep which he found fallen into the pit. He saved the life of that sheep, bringing it up from the pit, in order that you may understand fully what that Sabbath is, you who possess full understanding. It is a day in which it is not fitting that salvation be idle, so that you may speak of that heavenly day which has no night, and of the sun which does not set, because it is perfect. Say then in your heart that you are this perfect day, and that in you the light which does not fail dwells. Speak concerning the truth to those who seek it, and of knowledge to those who in their error have committed sin. Make sure-footed those who stumble, and stretch forth your hands to the sick. Nourish the hungry and set at ease those who are troubled. Foster men who love. Raise up and awaken those who sleep. For you are this understanding which encourages. If the strong follow this course, they are even stronger. Turn your attention to yourselves. Do not be concerned with other things, namely that which you have cast forth from yourselves, that which you have dismissed. Do not return to them to eat them. Do not be moth-eaten. Do not be worm-eaten, for you have already shaken it off. Do not be a place of the devil, for you have already destroyed him. Do not strengthen your last obstacles, because that is reprehensible. For the lawless one is nothing. He harms himself more than the law. For that one does his work because he is a lawless person, but this one, because he is a righteous person, does his work among others. Do the will of the Father. Then, for you are from him,